Super Amazing Wagon Adventure is a game developed by Vector, a solo game developer. The game is available for the Xbox 360 and the PC, and is heavily inspired by the game called the Oregon Trail. The game is in 2D with a very 8-bit graphics style, and that's about it for the graphics section, plain and simple. There's not that much to say about the game's graphics, it is not really what carries the game. A positive note about this, however, is that it doesn't have high system requirements. You can pretty much play this game on any computer in the world, no matter how old or shitty it is. It's a 2D shooting game where you control a wagon trying to make it to the end of the game. It is not a very long game. Some who have finished it claim it has taken them 10 to 15 minutes, though you will probably have to play for quite a few hours before you manage to complete this game. In the game, you will pass through a variety of different areas, including a forest, a desert, a mountain pass, and the Great Plains. There are a ton of random events in this game, however, and even after playing for several hours, I'm experiencing new things. A few of the things that can happen is, for example, the game glitching out, making buffalo charge your wagon while on their backs, or get pulled into a tornado with buffalo. Or you can try to jump over a river and get pulled into low orbit, where you fight asteroids and a crazy satellite, only to fall into orbit again and being attacked by a horde of bees. In the game, there are two modes available. Adventure mode, which is the main game, where you try to make it to the end, and then there is a survival mode, which is just your standard survive as long as possible while the game throws various enemies at you. It is, however, quite a lot of fun to play both of these modes, so it does give stronger reason to continue playing. The sound is average in my opinion when it comes to how the guns sound, but when it comes down to the soundtrack that is playing in the background, then it is truly fantastic, and it helps carry the game and it makes you want to keep playing. The text size can be considered quite big if you're playing on the PC and can get quite nauseating depending on how close you are sitting to the screen. In order to avoid these issues, or at least decrease it slightly, is to turn off the CRT effect in the options menu and play in windowed mode. The developers stated that the game was designed to be played on a TV and sitting about 5 feet away from the screen. So if you can, I'd recommend playing this game sitting fairly far away from the screen. Another problem I have found is that it can get quite repetitive after a while, seeing as a lot of events reoccur every playthrough. If you're into this type of game, then I can see this game lasting you a very long time, depending on how much you like it. Though if you're not into this type of game, then you may only get an hour or two of enjoyment. So the lasting appeal is all subjective to the person in question. The game does have a number of new wagons that you can unlock and the survival mode. This will keep you interested for a longer period of time, trying to unlock all the wagons and getting new high scores in survival. So, in conclusion, Super Amazing Wagon Adventure is a great game, and it deserves your money. It is not a very expensive game, and you can buy it on Steam for €2.50. I do have a number of problems with the game, most of which being the repetition of the game and the text size. Regardless of these problems, I have thoroughly enjoyed playing the game, and for the low price, it is a no-brainer. Super Amazing Wagon Adventure gets an 8 out of 10.